Good morning. I want to talk to you guys about something that I just kind of paused on and had a few things running through my mind. I'm reading Genesis chapter 3, um, going through the Bible for a year. So I'm back in Genesis. And this is after Eve eats the fruit, it gives it to Adam. And God is walking through the garden. They hear him and they hide. And he starts talking to him. And Adam tells him, I heard you and I hid because I'm naked. And God asks him, who told you you were naked? And he tells him, he asked him, did you eat from the tree? I told you not to. And Adam immediately says, well, the woman gave it to me. The woman you gave me gave it to me and I ate it. So God asks her, you know, what have you done? And she says, well, the serpent tricked me. So that's why I ate it. Here's the thing. God spoke to Adam and told Adam, don't do this. You can have everything else here. Think about that. They're in a lush garden. They have fruit from every kind of tree you can imagine that bears fruit. And they're surrounded by wild animals. I can't even say domesticated animals. They were all wild animals. And all of these plants, some that are poisonous, but they're surrounded by all of this beauty and nothing ever brought them any harm. They never had a want because God gave them everything. And the serpent comes in and says a few things to Eve, and she immediately puts everything out of her mind that God gave her. Everything that he has provided is no longer good enough because she covets something she doesn't have. And that's the knowledge of everything. Instead of trusting that the one who created her and provided all of this to her knew that this would not be good for you, that you would die, you would be separated from me, you would struggle, you would have stressors, you would be in pain, you would have days that you just cannot physically or emotionally get through because of the hardships you're going to go through. He knew all of this. And he wanted to protect them from this. And instead of her saying, I'm blessed with everything that I have, I don't need anything else. I don't need to know everything. God knows everything, and that's good enough for me. And instead of Adam saying those same things to himself and then to his wife, they both decide to eat. We have a problem with coveting something that we have no reason to covet. God provides us with everything that we need at all times. Even when it seems like, the rug's been pulled from up under us, he still knows what's best. He knows how to keep us. He knows what's going to come at us that's going to be harmful. And he's provided protections. But we, in our human wisdom, think we know better. So we decide, I'm going to go ahead and do this even though he didn't tell me. He told me not to do it. I'm going to put that aside because what I want is more important than what he's already given me. Now, why do we do this? I understand we're human and we're fallible. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that God gives us everything we need, and we still want more. We still want more. We have to learn discipline. We have to learn to sacrifice. We have to learn that the main reason for us to fast and to pray is to submit ourselves to God's will. When everything else is telling us, you can have it, go ahead and take it, you can do it, it's not going to be a problem. We need to stop. We need to submit ourselves to God. We need to pray and ask for strength and guidance. And when He tells us what we need to do, we need to do it. If we need to fast, we need to fast, because we need to learn to put our flesh under submission. Because when this body here wants something, baby, we go after it with everything we've got. Instead of us saying, wait a minute, pausing is a beautiful thing. Some people think, why are they stopping? Why are you not moving forward? Because, not common sense, the Word is telling us, the Holy Spirit is telling us, hold on for a second. What did God say about this? How are you supposed to handle this? If we can stop and we can remember the Word, and if you can't remember it, all you got to do is ask the Holy Spirit to bring it back to you, because if you've ever read it, you'll know it. But we can ask for guidance in those moments instead of just going, I'm going to jump right on in and do what I want to do. And it'll be okay. If God knows what's best for us, what makes us think that we should override that? What makes us think that we know more than God? He's our creator. He's not somebody who just came in, from out of town and says, I'm going to run your life now. No. He knew you before you were in your mother's womb. He knew us before we were in our mother's womb. So why do we not give Him the respect He deserves? Why do we think we know better? And when I say, or I ask these questions, I'm thinking about myself too. Because there are some situations where I thought I knew better and I didn't. I didn't. And I learned the hard way. So if you can, some life lessons you can avoid if you just listen to the Word, if you just listen to the Holy Spirit. And I pray that you do. Because we don't want to make the mistakes that Eve made. And some of us make those mistakes all the time. And we need to understand that we can do better. Because we're created in His image. And if we're created in His image, then there's nothing we can't do without Him. With Him. There's nothing we can't do with Him. So just think about that. Have a blessed one.